Hi guys, this is Sydney. So for some reason I felt called to be on camera once again today. That just letting some people know how the energy has been working, especially the energy of Atlantis. And now it's the Pacific energy, the energy of the Lemuria is coming through very strongly. And just in the Libra season, it was the energy of the Atlantis. So the more you tap into the deep darkness or the shadow of Atlantis, the shadow or the corrupted just before the fall of Atlantis that took place on the 1st of November, which I received that information from my spirit team. So the Halloween day is just the day before, and the day after is the November 2nd, which I also shared in my YouTube Ascension update video. You could do this on a conscious level or unconscious level, but whenever you go into these timelines, perhaps there's like a soul connection to you that you need to look through in order for you to bring that up to the forefront in this lifetime at this time, in order to clear out the energy, because the energy right now that we are in this timeline, and all these timelines are simultaneously going on, so you can tap into it, and it's still very much alive. It's not like linear timeline when it's dead and now this is the alive one and then the future one is not coming. It's all simultaneously happening. So they want me to share that whenever you some sort of there's like a connection, or you connect with those timelines, that's very much connected to any of the clearings, or especially the soul contract at this time. That the more you go deep into that shadow, you come out of it. It's like a catapult. It's like you go down deeper, and then when you are clearing that out, you jump higher. It's like a frog. When you go a little bit like on a shallow level, you may do a little jump, then you have to go down again to do a little bit more. But if you go really deep into it, and then bam. So that's the energy right now, especially in the November, in the Scorpio season. And what I just received as information is that we are going into the Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius tomorrow on the 9th of November. And then that Mercury retrograde will change its signs into Scorpio. I believe I received around 18th or something like that. And then we will get out of the whole Mercury retrograde on the, I believe, was it 28th or 29th of November. And it'll go into Sagittarius. So during this time of this Mercury retrograde, what we are being called to is like a wrap up, or the whole review, entitlement is what is coming. That you went into all these power struggles, the gaslighting, the control, the authoritative, like narcissistic energies that's been branched out from that corrupted, or I would say wounded divine masculine, that we looked into, that was connected very much with the timeline of the Atlantis, or the fall of Atlantis. And now we are going into the wounded feminine aspects of any of the codependent issues, insecurities regarding one's self-worth, emotional attachments, emotional dependency that created a certain relationship dynamics that you need to clear out. So we are going into the Lemurian timelines specifically. That is what is coming. And the Scorpio energy in Mercury retrograde, at first it's going to be Sagittarius, but then when it goes into Scorpio, it's going to help people to go really deep into the shadow, which is going to make a lot of people uncomfortable and wanting to not face or go deep into the shadow. But the more you go in, the higher the jump you're gonna be. You know what I mean? It's like the more you clear, like a deep cleansing during this period, the level of light that you're going to attain, or like in a human language sense, like the jumping higher, moving far ahead, will be like very much far up in distance. And the energy of when it goes direct on the 29th or the 28th of November, when the Mercury goes direct, it's going to be in Sagittarius. So with that, we're going to bring out the truth based on all the deep dive that we did once again under this astrological support and guidance. And so you can carry this truth out with the Sagittarius energy, and then far into the future, the vision. So that's where we are right now, or where we are about to go into for about, I would say, is it like, I don't know, the month of November, or today is 8th, so for about 3 weeks. And so what I also received as information was during this time when we are going deep into these areas, that majorly this time it's going to be the divine feminine wounds, because we are to revive this divine feminine wisdom. But it's also tied to the dynamic of the wounded divine masculine. So we also need to look into that aspect together, right? So that's what we did just a month before, and now the focus is more on the divine feminine, but we are going to bring that, what we looked into in the wounded divine masculine, in relation, or in order for us to go deeper into the shadow of the wounded divine feminine, is what I'm going to share. So when you do that, it has to do with clearing of soul contracts, as that soul contract stuff was coming up very strongly or repetitively since my last YouTube, message video. Whatever that soul contracts are, or those contracts are, it could be like a karmic contracts, it could be like a relation. So it could be with your family members, that's like so-called blood family that you chose to create emotional bond and attachment with as part of the soul or the karmic contract. And you're clearing all that up because the world of Gaia is, or the energy of Gaia is separating further, is what is coming for me right now, so that the group who has done the work or the ascending continuously is moving towards the vibration of peace, harmony, joy, and all that. The other one is probably going to stay stuck and feel triggered to compare and compete continuously if they don't look into them and pause to redirect. So they're going to feel threatened or feel like they don't like what they're seeing with people moving in a different way. because they can still see on Earth, because as it's not completely separated. And so don't be like, because a lot of people don't like the retrograde energy, especially the Mercury retrograde, right? And it's a Scorpio, so don't be scared to go into it, or don't be scared by, you know, having these messages. But that's why being on Earth at this time is such an adventure every day, right? Because all the mirroring energies and all this just triggering energies and all those like clearing and ascending and everything happening all simultaneously. So this is more like a heads up for you, so you know what's ahead in terms of energetic support. So you have these tools now, and then you're not gonna be like freaking out or like get sucked into the mind. So that's why the message that kept coming in the last the Ascension update video that I shared on YouTube was about continuing to stay in the feeling or feel things in the heart rather than going to the mind. Because once you go into the mind, these old energies may try to project or mirror their narratives. And if you mirror that energy back, meaning if you fall back to that trap and align with those narratives, and you start to believe those old narratives that you worked very hard to clear, it's like that's how it works. You know what I mean? I'm just like sharing like in details. Then they could infiltrate your mind, and then you will all of a sudden start to be in your mind more so than usual and start to lament or like repeat those scenarios or events, or you know, think about certain people. So it takes away all your attention and energy. So it's very interesting this time. So what I'm also guided to share is, for those of you who are going to resonate, you already done a lot of the work, a lot of the healing and, you know, inner work. So it's going to be very hard for them to mirror back your energy, to pull you down to their timelines, so they can use you as their vessel. But still, that's why I made this video like yesterday, like on the shorts. Stay minding your own business is like in line with that. So it's like continue to stay minding your own business, stay focused on like the joy, the present moment, and all of this, like the energy of the peace. Continue to stay aligned with that rather than going back, because the moment you start to have all these doubts all of a sudden, or these thoughts of what if that happens in the worst case scenario and all of those things, immediately take notice. It's not your energy. Someone's trying to mirror back, someone from the past who's in a different lower timeline, so-called. They're trying to mirror back your energy. So just notice that, and then you have the power to deflect it, and immediately, in a lot of the cases, if you have done a certain level of work, it's gonna deflect right back, is what I'm going to share. And then they're gonna be shot right back, and that's attempt where intention will be hitting them harder, and so they have to like face their triggers. But like that's going to be like what is coming is the last try. Take however resonates for you. So that's what I feel called to share. So suddenly I was here, and then I felt called to be on camera. So I hope this message helps for those of you who may resonate. and needed this at this time. And I'm grateful for your presence and connection and support at this time. And I'm also sending you lots of love and support your way as well. And with that, I'll see you in my other videos. Bye.